Kerrigan, the die is cast. This is the last day. Your swarm darkens the sky of any planet.
Forget Minsk. Forget all of it.
When we are done here, I will return to my people and accept their judgment.
Command, we've found Kerrigan. She's holed up in a Zerg base.
I made my peace long ago.
Consider it done. For ire. Indeed.
Well, welcome, Protoss, Terrans, and Zerg. We have another replay night for our FSL show. We will be doing our big live matches on Friday, the 13th. But today's peaceful, sportsman-like Wednesday. No live games right now, but I'm looking forward to seeing a couple of replays of matches that were, had to be rescheduled. We have Stu Blue versus Cyan. That is a father and son clash. Very personal, I'm sure, at Code A level. And then we have the team of Pebble and E.T. Ponho, known as Second Hand Lion. Brothers, by the way, I believe. Versus Vales and Hurtentime, a team of Val Hurt. Tried to stream them last time, but some changes in my streaming setup ended up taking things downhill. I have fixed that. I have added another Wi-Fi pod and also disconnected that shiny new webcam, which was causing more trouble than it was doing good. Now, in the meantime, let's talk some news. Number one, I'm going to be nice and self-indulgent here. I got some new achievements to show off. I have reached 500 wins as solo, one-on-one as Zerg, and have unlocked the Infestor Portrait and the Charbrood decal. And then I also reached Ascension level 550 in co-op, unlocking a spray of Donnie's Peanut Butter. Watch the end of Wings of Liberty, and that might make more sense. Who knows? Now, in other news, though, BlizzCon's coming up. They have shown off what's included in the digital bundle, the BlizzCon collection. No surprise, nothing having to do with StarCraft, nothing having to do with Heroes of the Storm. Interestingly enough, they also don't have anything for Diablo 2, Diablo Immortal, Warcraft 3. So it's Hearthstone, World of Warcraft, Overwatch 2, Diablo 4. So yeah, probably, if you want to save up money, like me, you will have a chance to save up a little bit more money. I'm not expecting any big StarCraft-related announcements or small StarCraft-related announcements either. However, by the end of this week, the Microsoft acquisition of Activision Blizzard may be complete. We'll just have to see. That's not going to guarantee that StarCraft's going to get any more attention, but it does open the door. There's been a lot of people within Microsoft and the Xbox division who have expressed interest. So, if it's the case, it's not going to happen overnight, but gives us something to hope for the future, and I like that. Alright, so enough about me, enough about Blizzard Entertainment. Let's talk about the FSL. We are getting pretty close to the end of the season. We are going to be putting together what the playoff brackets are going to look like. There's going to be some intersecting between the different divisions. I'm very excited about it. We might even get a chance to have some special people do the casting. I know, even more special than me. If you don't believe it, I don't either, but we will give it a shot. Alright, Cyan versus Stu Blue. They will be meeting... They already met, actually just earlier in this evening, on Altitude. They are Code A. Cyan's been doing a little bit better than Stu Blue so far this season. Let's see if he keeps that up. Stu Blue, of course, still very young, but when he does his gateway pushes, he really hits hard. Alright, old map pool, but new balance patch. And here we go. In the upper right, we have, as always, decked in light blue, the Protoss player known as... and his opponent, the purple Protoss. He is called
Stu Blue.
Alright, father and son opponents. Luke versus Darth Vader. Have a little bit of time to start. Both of them very much opening up similarly, and no surprise, since Cyan has very much been coaching Stu Blue on all of this. Let's take a break for a brief impersonation. Just once again, oh, look at that probe. It's gonna maybe grab some minerals and head up. Nope, doesn't even grab the minerals, but there he is. But yeah. He told me enough! He told me you killed him! No. I am your father. No! That's not true! That's impossible! Okay, that's enough of that. Alright. No Star Wars. We are doing StarCraft. No Star Trek, no Star Search, no Star versus the Forces of Evil. We'll get back to it. So, pretty straightforward. Stu Blue keeping the probe around in the way of any Nexus. Look, he's already expanded. So, if I'm Cyan, I'm probably going to be ready for some really heavy basic pushes. He's probably going to try for tech, or maybe just a minor bit of trickery. Stu Blue does his best when he gets a whole lot of gateway units, especially a mob of charge lots, all involved at the same time. And yep, there we go. Cyan going for Stargate tech. And here we go. Light blue probe, shooing the purple probe away, or at least trying to. Back and forth, back and forth. Oh! And the light blue probe brought a friend. You see, I'm curious. Oh, he got... Okay, well, 2 probes go down. And there you have it. Stu Blue is expected. Going for a Twilight Council. I'd expect he's going to get charged as soon as he can. Now, Stu Blue did get a Nexus out earlier, so he might have a slight economic advantage coming up. The Nexus is complete, but meanwhile, we're going to have to see what his father Cyan can do with this Oracle. Not even a pylon in by the main mineral lines, so there's not going to be any defenses up here. And he's got, he's got a Zealot, nothing that shoots up. That could cause trouble. Meanwhile, pretty standard, Cyan is moving ahead with his 2 adapts. Now, along with possibly doing some probe damage, they could also stand to do some distraction for when the Oracle comes in. I don't think Cyan knows that there's nothing that shoots up at all. So this could hurt. We got Oracle queued over. Here, 2 Adepts shade in. They go right to work on the probes. We got 2 slow Zealots trying to make their way over, but... Oop. Is he gonna shade? Oh, no, he's busy controlling that Oracle, which is immediately taking out even more probes. We are down a full 13 probes. A Stalker starts to chase the Oracle off. Oh, yeah, it's tricky. You want to keep the Oracle attacking the workers. 15 probes down. Look at this. We've got 28 workers on the side of Cyan to only 22 on behalf of Stu Blue. That's not a comfortable place to start. Void Ray coming up on that side, and Cyan is also adding his own Twilight Council. And here's that Oracle. About half health, but it's already done recharging shields. Cyan's just waiting for it to recharge more energy. Still, no defensive structures by the mineral lines. We do have triple shield batteries up front, though. Cyan out of the Robo. Already more gateways ready to go. And I think before long he's going to have twice the supply of his opponent. And once again, a lot of Zealots, but very limited with what shoots up. So Oracles, Void Rays, there's not a lot that Stu Blue can do to defend against them. "26 workers to 40. Cyan also a little bit ahead in army. And here it comes. The Oracle comes right back to town. Did you miss me? I doubt it. Look at how quickly those probes are falling. Stu Blue a little bit late to pull the probes. He is moving his army, but that's one unit, once again, that's able to shoot up. So this could continue to spiral for him. Stu Blue adding another Oracle. We are having a lot of focus on the Zealots. Stu Blue, not mining any gas right now. Both those assimilators are untapped. No assimilators in the natural. Meanwhile, Cyan is just absolutely saturated with gas, and once he does move out, he's probably going to be able to move in for the kill. Of course, a lot of Zealots means that, at the very least, these Adepts and these Stalkers are going to have something to occupy them. Both of them getting their warp prisms out. Stu Blue's warp prism almost complete. There goes one of those stasis wards with increased vision these days. This is, once again, on that new patch. Away goes the warp prism, currently empty, but he might be stopping to warp some stuff in before loading it up. Cyan has taken a third. That might be a vulnerable point. We will see. Oh, and here we go. This is what Stu Blue loves to do, just moving those Zealots up and away. The stasis ward catching a hapless probe, nothing else. Oh, look at this. All the production on Cyan's side. Stu Blue does get some stuff started. He's going to have to do something. He's going to have to make it count. Upgrades continue along on Cyan's side. Stu Blue is adding more gateways and pylons, but still no gas mining at all. This is reminiscent of some of those charge lot rushes, but it's way too late to consider this a rush. What do we have up front? We do have a couple of shield batteries, a little bit oversaturated in the minerals, but I assume those will be transferred very, very soon. Oh man, 13... Yeah, look at this. Back home, I think a whole mineral line just went down, and maybe more too. 10 probes 10 probes down. This is looking worse and worse for Stu Blue. He still really doesn't have anything to answer that Oracle with. 11 workers to 52. This, yeah, Stu Blue's hand is forced. He has to do something. He has to really make... Oh, look at that! Look at all those zealots that got caught in the stasis ward. The Stalkers and the Void Rays move in. We even have an Oracle hitting from behind. Those Stalkers will be down pretty soon, and those Zealots are going to find themselves surrounded. Well, or they might... Nope, they are going to find themselves surrounded, alright. Those Adepts are probably going to do an effective front line up here. Oracle not with any energy. Definitely some fatalities going on here, but really, Cyan can handle it. He can keep remaking. And Zealots chase each other away. We have GG. Alright, Cyan shows a lot of dominance, especially after his initial Adept and Oracle grabs. And Stu Blue never really able to build up or get much in the way of damage done. Map 2 will be Royal Blood. And the third match... Well, we will see. Third match if it goes there. Alright, here we go. Royal Blood. And Cyan, I guess, decides to handicap himself a little bit. He is playing as Zerg. So, that brings us to the introductions then. In the lower left, up one map, the light blue Zerg, he is. Well, Cyan. Not sure if that one is working or not, but hey. Alright, and in the upper right, we have the purple Protoss. He is
Stu Blue 88.
Well, that one's definitely working. Alright, here come the Zerg. See how practiced Cyan is. He is taking the hatchery almost at the usual time. Just a little bit, maybe one worker later. Didn't actually catch whether he chose Zerg or whether he chose random. Either way. Stu Blue getting himself off to the same thing. Now, we covered a little bit of this last week, but if you want to be able to expand in your Protoss against Zerg, you really want to start out on the low ground and wall off your natural. Stu Blue possibly planning something sneaky, but this drone is having none of it. Go. Looks like Stu Blue is still planning to get a Nexus up. Yep. Now that Nexus could be very vulnerable. There is nothing in front of it, not even one pylon. Stu Blue does get the Cybernetics score down. And his scouting probe returns as, and this drone is heading back home too. Spawning pool is almost done, like I said. Pretty normal timing. Stu Blue is starting out with an Adept. Alright, there's the pylon. So far, Cyan showing him a little bit of leeway. No Zerglings being built at all. Okay, here come 4 Zerglings, along with the Zergling speed upgrade. As is traditional and considered to be optimal, Cyan is moving a couple of the drones from gas to minerals for a bit. Right now, Cyan just tiny bit ahead as far as the worker is. Now, Stu Blue does have this probe that kind of needs to earn its keep. It's just standing there right now. A couple of adepts blocking off where the wall is open. And here we go. Cyan will be testing the defenses a little. Now, you gotta be careful. A lot of players have underestimated Stu Blue. And even if he isn't a seasoned veteran, and even if he's a little young, he can be brutal once he has a chance to build up a decent number of gateway units. Cyan, keep an eye out at the entrance of the base, searching around with the Overlord. Still Stu Blue opting not to go with much in the way of stalkers today. Basically got 3 adepts versus 6 Zerglings. Oh, the adepts take the front. Cyan taking maybe a little bit late of a hatchery, but a hatchery nonetheless. And Stu Blue taking a page from his old man's book and getting going with. Oh yeah, there's that stalker. It does clear out of an Overlord. But yes, this is very much a favorite way for Cyan to start. A bunch of glaive adepts hurrying across the map with their shades. Like father, like son. Think about it, won't you? Ooh. Cyan getting ready for the defense, putting down a couple of spine crawlers and queuing up quite a few Zerglings. Here come the adepts. A couple of them aren't attacking. Some of them are just stuck there. And the Zerglings surround them. They're going to be doing quite a bit. Zerglings don't last long when there's a lot of adepts there. And the Shade over to the main, and they are going to go... Well, they start to go to town on some drones. Yep, there we go. However, despite all the damage he is doing, only one adept left, and that adept also goes down, so... Even if he did a good amount of damage, this leaves him without a lot of armor. Now, Cyan, I gotta say, quite a bit behind in workers. He invested quite a bit in all of those, lot of minerals in all those Zerglings. He has a total of 17 of them right now. Each pair of those could have been a drone. So that's the sacrifice you gotta make for defense. So if there's a Spire on the way, and, yeah, once again, one Stalker, no cannons, so if Cyan does choose to go Mutalist, there's not going to be a lot to defend from him. Stu Blue did just finish up with a Templar Archive, and he is researching Storm. Very interesting. Both, I gotta say, Cyan... bit gas starved. He probably wants to get going on the third here. Now, Static Storm is nice, but Mutalisks have a way of not standing still for this. And I think Stu Blue's also going to want to start mining more gas if he's going to be doing Templar and Archons. Look at all these gateways. He has 7 gateways up. So at the very least, he can warp in a whole lot of Stalkers should he need them, but... Yeah, I'm not seeing any air units just yet. Cyan is taking his time still. And, I mean, despite everything, army supply neck to neck, 28 to 28. Cyan just a tiny bit ahead when it comes to workers. Yeah, here we go. 6 Mutalisks in production. Mutalisks are very aggravating because they can just keep moving from one spot to another. Here we go. Zergling harassed. I think he's going to try to draw... Yep, drawing Stu Blue's army out. He has to cancel on the Nexus, too. And the Zealots head back. And that is a lot of Zealots. Mutalisks you know, they can fight Zealots with impunity, but it still takes a while to clear them out. "18 Zealots, gotta say, if Stu Blue's gonna do something with them, he's probably gonna want to do it soon. Despite having Storm, the High Templar are being merged into Archons. That does give him a bit more anti-air, although they're not always the most mobile, and here he goes, he is moving out. Cyan adding a Roach Warren and a Hydra down, and just basically building up Mutalisks. "21 Mutalisks. And here they go. They might be exiting just as the offense begins, but they can swing around. Mutalisks can move pretty fast. So we will see how Cyan reacts to this. He does have... Yeah, he's got those spine crawlers. Those Zealots and Archons can make fairly short work of them. Yep, the Mutalisks take a U-turn. They are going to try to snipe what they can. Oh! Storms, not bad, and Archons do splash damage. However, as long as the Mutalisks aren't too stacked, there's only so much they can do. These Zealots might be able to clear out quite a bit, though. However, I mean, obviously they can't fight back against the Mutalisks. And Cyan has a little bit more economy to spare. Those Mutalisk Glaive Worms bouncing between the Zealots. So as strong as Zealots are, each one of those damages multiple targets. Alright, what do we have? We have 56 army to supply to 16. Cyan's army very mobile. He is going to hit back right away with Zerglings and with Mutalisks. On the upgrade side, Stu Blue does not have Blink, so he might find himself stuck chasing these Mutalisks from one spot to another. Blink has started. Not a lot of Chronos from Stu Blue either. Definitely the energy is building up. Alright, here we go. He is going to avenge those drones right now. Oh, and look at him. Targeting the pylons, depowering anything he can. The Stalkers getting a little bit stuck between all the pylons and batteries. I'm not sure whether he's planning to attack with them, or whether... I think most efficient thing he could do would be to move them right back to the workers, but they are not there. More probes are going down. Honestly, although, with all the work the Zealots got done earlier, worker supply is still pretty even. However, these Mutalisks, there isn't anything to scare them off. They are going to try to take down a Nexus. Well, Stu Blue just decides to go ahead and move out, rather than chase the mutants back and forth. Oh, now they're... I think that's every single gateway depowered. Back home, the Stalkers doing a lot of work. Now, Zealots, they're going to do pretty well against Stalkers, but they need to outnumber them by quite a bit. Same with Mutalisks. Mutalisks, you probably want to back those off. I think we are going into full base trade right now. 12 Zealots, 12 Zerglings on the way. The melee guys can start to see. You know how it goes. I mean, there's nothing that Stu Blue can make right now, so as Cyan, I think he might be better if he just takes the army back home. Still, if we're in base trade mode, whoever has the last that built in Stu Blue, hiding a Nexus, Cyan doing exactly the same. Like I said, Stu Blue learned from the best here. When it comes to Mutalist versus Stalker, Mutalists are a lot more mobile. And honestly, as far as army supply goes, he's got twice the supply. Ugh. Mutalists maybe not the fastest at clearing out buildings, though, even with this many of them. So we will see where this goes. Both of them have a hidden base, pretty much on exact opposite sides. Here goes the Stalkers. Cyan does have quite the bank of minerals and gas, so honestly, he could start building stuff. He still has his tech structures; those were not eliminated. now I think he's just saving up, gradually clearing things out. Down goes the gateway. Templar Archive is next. Nothing but pure carnage here. Alright, let's see what we got left for structures. We got 2 assimilators, a pylon, and a nexus on one side. Other side, we got 4 extractors. I don't think creep tumors count towards elimination, but Roach Warren, Hydralisk Den, spawning pool, 1 hatchery, and 1 lair. Alright. There goes the cleanup. All of Stu Blue's structures are back at one spot. Both of them actually still have quite a few minerals, so if they wanted to, they could build all over the place. Cyan anticipating that he could be losing a lot of tech structures, making spares over where his hidden base is. I don't think there's much hope for Stu Blue here. Especially since the Stalkers are not defending that base, and the mutas are going to swoop in. Oh yeah, Hydralisk on the way, and some Spine Crawlers over on behalf of Cyan, so he is fortifying his remaining base. Here we go. Mutas. Hey guys, did you know that Mutalisks, yeah, they use their wings when they're in atmosphere, but when they're in space, where there is no atmosphere, they just flap their wings instinctively. And they propel themselves around by expelling gas from these little slots in their shells, their carapace, yeah. So I think this is going to be GG here and now, or Stu Blue might use the time-tested method of forcing his own father to destroy every last oh no. We have the GG. He's a better sportsman than that. Well, there we go. Cyan with a couple of pretty dominant games, I'd say. Although, in that other one, there was a lot of damage being suffered on both sides. I don't know. They say sometimes there is no winner. Well, there we go. There is our Code A. Next up, we have the team of Secondhand Lion versus the team of Valhurt in our 2v2 Plus division. I'm going to have to go back here a little bit to find that. I was planning, well, I started casting this last week, but just ran into some technical issues. Game 1 will be heavy artillery. Now, Vales and Hurt in Time have been pretty dominant. They are both excellent players. E.T. Ponhome, also a fantastic player himself. Pebble, still learning. So we will take a look. In the upper right, we have the red Zerg. He is E.T. Oh no. And his teammate, the orange Zerg. He is Pebble. Together, they are the team known as Second and Lion. And now their opponents. First of all, the Purple Terran. He is
Fields.
And his teammates. The Blue Terran. He is
Purple. time.
And together they are Valhurt. Alright, here we are on heavy artillery. We've definitely seen some creative use of the mineral walls here. Usually not the greatest of success. Starting up with a Reaper and a Marine on one side, and the usual Zerglings on the other. Pebble takes the first expansion. Ooh. Early Zerglings heading out. Their opponents know about it. They did lose a scouting SCV for their troubles. Now, this is a pretty easy one to wall off until you take your naturals. There is a pocket back here, too, which looks like Vales is going to be taken. So this is a basic contain. I don't think the team of Secondhand Lion is going to expect to break through with these Zerglings, but it does slow down when their opponent expands. 2 factories on the way from curtain time. We'll see if he's going for one of those newer style mech builds. On the other side, yep, E.T. Ponholm also takes his natural after investing a bit in early Zerglings, probably defensively. Just an empty screen. Oh. Again with this, huh? Thank you, War Bunnies, for cluing me in. Didn't miss much other than some Zerglings killing an SCV. Alright, Stargate attack from Vales. Lair on the way from Pebble. And still these Zerglings being a very constant threat. And E.T. Ponholm expanding forward while his teammate Pebble expands back. Oh, here we go. Hellions to break the contain. Zerglings aren't going to last long against them, so they go on their way. I think these Hellions are going to be chasing them away. And we have Hydralisk down on behalf of Pebbles. Here come the Queens out to meet them. And Reapers as well. There they go. Picking on that hatchery. Queens are tiptoeing their way across. Now, one of the things is, if they get too far out, these very mobile units can go right past them. Zerglings attack. They do manage to do some damage. Do not prevent the Hellions from falling back a little. Oh, and here we go. Now we have Hellbats. I don't think they're going to last long enough. Cloak attack, Cloak Banshee attack on the way from Vales. And he is finally going to take his natural. This hatchery was successfully finished. And I'm curious, particularly on the side of Pebble, what's coming next. He is doing his Hydralisk upgrades, which I believe finished a little bit faster now. You have to double check what the changes were. But Zerglings are on their way across the map. Yeah, that's what I figured. Lurker attack on behalf of Pebbles. Ooh. Yeah, this barracks out here is really just something for the Hellbats to put their backs to. However, yeah, those Zerglings do not last long. And both players, with their mech builds, both of them moving out with Hellbats. A little bit of Marine accompaniment. Supplies, pretty even overall, but Vales definitely has a bit of a lead over everyone. Which is impressive considering, you know... Actually, no, he was the one who took the first command center. Alright, here we go. Is there any... I don't think there's any detection yet. There are spore crawlers, but no No overseers. Here we go. Just a few Hydralisks. I don't think they're going to last long. Siege tank and Hellbats surround the hatchery and finally bring it down. Valhurt Relentless moving forward, planting a Widow Mine down, cloaking both the Banshees. They do take a little bit of friendly fire. There you have it. Moving ahead. They're Marines, but no upgrades for them. They're just basically there for a little bit of random support. Oh, and look at this Banshee. Look what's accomplishing here. Just constantly just staying away from the spore crawlers. And, well, can't stay away forever. These siege tanks are securing the area. They're going to continue to shell their enemy base. And we just have this parade of Marines and mech units just making their way across the map. Here comes big counter push. Zerglings don't last long. I don't think those Hydralisks will either. So far, no lurkers either. Although their opponents are conscious of the possibility. I did see them scan ahead before. Baneling Nest almost complete. Right now, E.T. Ponholm and Pebble each down about 20 supply. Bunker is going down here as well. Valhurt intent on completely securing this position. And War Bunnies, it's GG! It's YOU apostrophe R. Well, there you go, game 1. Valhurt takes it. So basically, I mean, they built up more and they pushed out harder. I mean, even if the initial Zerglings prevented expanding, I think their opponents, Second-Hand Lion, just weren't able to do much damage with what they had. Honestly, the attack advantage, Thors, Widow Mines, Siege Tanks, Banshees, that was just a little bit too much to handle. So the next map will be Arctic Dream. Let's get started. Let's see if I can do that right this time. In the upper right, we have the red Zerg. He is E.T. Ponholm. And his teammates. The Zerg in the orange. He is Pebble. Together, they are Second-Hand Lion. And their opponents, up one map, we have the Purple Terran. He is
Hail.
And his partner, the Light Blue Terran. He is
Curtain time.
Together, they are Valhurt. Alright, so I always point this out, but this is the map where you're furthest away from your teammates. Separate ramps to defend. You've got pocket bases behind, so your expansions can be a little bit more defendable, but oftentimes this is the map where you end up rushing and teaming up against one player, seeking to eliminate that one, and then only have one to gradually wear down and defeat. Here comes ET, similar to last game, already moving out with 6 Zerglings. Meanwhile, his teammate Pebbles makes the expansion in the pocket. Couple of Reapers on the way. And both players, well, Hurt in Time, completely walling off. Vales, not yet, but he's about to. Yep. They know what the game is, and a lot of the time that's just making sure you have something behind those supply depots. Did he,
Swarm forces under attack.
Yeah, he noticed the Zerglings. Oh, we will see whether that Reaper manages to escape. Speed, not quite done, but will be finishing momentarily, gradually kiting them. All while Vales helps with defense back home. Resource trading is not available just yet, so it's going to be, I think, all ET as far as the offense goes. Here we go. Banelin Bust ready to go. Everyone's move ahead to test the waters. And there's those slow zones. The could be kind of tricky as you rally your troops, but there you go. Pebbles is joining in with Zerglings of his own. Supply depot goes down. There are 2 Marines and a Hellion over here to defend. Got to keep the Hellion moving. It does some pretty good damage. Vales Reapers also here to join in, so the defense are going to be able to just keep repositioning and try to use the buildings and the minerals to limit how many Zerglings can touch them at once. SCVs might be joining in, or... Oh! Bouncy grenades there, yep. That's right, the boys are helping with the defense. And, oh, doesn't quite manage to replace the supply depot so far. Right now, nothing but SCVs for either Hurt in Time or Vales. And here we go. Fast Zerglings. The SCVs are going to try to throw us around. They're going to most likely take advantage of mineral walking. Oh, and here we go, though. Zerglings just keep flooding in. And all this time, though, Vales is left without any damage against him. So he is building up. And yeah, I'm a nerd. I don't deny it. It's just how I get noticed. Alright. That's the nice thing about being Terran here. Hurt in Time is able to lift up most of his structures. He can even move them over to Vale's base if he wants. But meanwhile, yeah, E.T. Pwn Home only just starting to take his national. So there were a lot of minerals spent on this attack. They are going to see if they can get something similar done against Vales. Vales almost has a Banshee up. Plus, he's got a siege tank, a Hellion. Pretty well defended. Yeah, Pebbles double Expo. Well, Pebbles just finished with a third. And here we go. It doesn't take the Zerglings long to find that other base. They're still going around, seeing if they can clear out a little bit more. Pebble, meanwhile, getting the roaches going. Zergling's searching around, just making sure that Hurt in Time doesn't find any good spot to land and start mining or producing again. And in the long run, if he can't manage, then Vales is going to be on his own. Look, Hurt in Time has 1 unit. 1 SCV out there. Here we go. Vales is securing this base again. While he's doing that, though, E.T. Pwn Home is looking to see if he can get some damage done, maybe on Vales. Vales is pretty secure. I mean, multiple siege tanks work pretty well behind walls. This is also where Vales might be giving Hurt in Time a little bit of his money if he just to help him rebuild. And yeah, there's that 4th from Pebble. Interestingly, ET Pwn Home still 2-basing. Multiple upgrades going for the Marines. Combat shields and stim attack. Ooh, look at these Zerglings. Doing even more damage to Curtain Time. Curtain Time just trying to keep his remaining 2 SCVs alive somewhere. And Vales has to search very carefully to try to find all those remaining Zerglings. But yeah, look at this. There's even one left still, just ready to hop into the mineral line yet again. Vales has got the tech, though. And I gotta say, this Banshee and Siege Tank combo, it's not gonna be the easiest to defend against. ET Pwn Home does start his third, and working his way at destroying these rocks so that he can work out. Yeah, and there's that Zergling still causing trouble, but I think it's about to go down. Right now, the team of Secondhand Lion has some stuff to worry about. However, look at them. They are on top of the tanks already. The Marines caught in the slow zone. This is going to be really costly, and Vales is already fighting 2 players on his own. Curtain Time getting the mule hammering down. His orbitals did save up some energy, while they were just floating around back and forth. Vales has to return home. Now Pebble's got the real army here. 20 roaches, 60 drones, so he's got the economy too. Pebbles just keeps moving further ahead. ET Pwn Home has been doing most of the work. Oh, and check that out. Wait, am I right here? Yeah. The roaches have burrow move, but they do not have burrow. Hey, why not? But yeah, you can tell because of those extra spikes on them. One of those abilities that has a nice visual indicator. And into the obnoxious little slow zone again. Alright, here we go. Got a couple tanks, multiple Marines. He is going to want to defend those tanks as well as he possibly can. A lot of damage going down on both sides. However, right now Pebble is the one with units to spare. But Vales, look at that firepower. He just keeps moving. Those Hydelists don't stand a chance against that many Marines, even once they're away from the siege tanks. Excellent defense on behalf of Vales. Costly mistake. ET missed his natural expansion. Here. I didn't know Matheson could see what was going on here, since KJ isn't actually in the party with me. That's impressive. Maybe he just guessed that's what was going to happen. Oh, I see. Matheson's getting the play-by-play from War Buddies. Here we go. A couple of medevacs being loaded up. Vales is going to see if he can damage his opponent's economy a little bit, because right now, Pebble is just out of control. Army's going up. This big Roach Ravager group. Still no burrow on those burrow move roaches, but hey. Pebbles has started researching it. Maybe he just noticed. It's an easy mistake to make. I'm actually kind of surprised he can even research that before burrow's done. Vales clearing out quite a few drones. Now his Marines are pretty split. It's going to be hard to get them all into medevac. Medevac does go down. Pebbles goes to regroup. We've got a very big ball of ranged Zerg units right now. 1-1 for Pebble. 1-1 for Vales as far as attack armor goes. Oh, here we go. Here comes Vales. He does get the tank siege. There's a lot of Ravagers ready to drop files on them in this excellent concave. The Marines run for it. And I think this army is just going to push further and further into the enemy lines until they can do enough damage. Hurt in Time and Veils together have less supply than Pebble does, so that tells the story of this. Mansitter goes down before it can finish turning into a planetary. Marines, I mean, excellent micro from Veils, but there's only so much they can do. Hurt in Time setting down the siege tanks. His opponent's going into the high ground though, although being trapped in that ramp makes him a little more vulnerable. But the Roaches and Hydralists have made their way up. WP. Second-hand Lion takes the match. We are going to Game 3. All right. Excellent game on behalf of Second-Hand Lion. They managed to do a lot of early damage. In that, it's classic Zerg team strategy. One continues to apply pressure while the other just builds up and builds up. That's been the way of things since Brood War. I know I say that a lot, but actually in Brood War, it's no lie. There were a lot of 2v2 tournaments where a team of 2 Zergs wasn't even allowed. Little bit less of a threat in StarCraft 2. So the final map will be Rascallion. Okay, let's get going. Let's see who wins Game 3. Now, in the lower right, tying up the series, first of all, we have the Red Zerg. He is E.T. Hone Home. And his teammates, the Orange Zerg. He is Pebble. Together they are Second-Hand Lion. And their opponents. First, the Purple Terran. He is
Veils.
And his teammates. The Light Blue Terran. Actually, he is Veils. Oh. Here.
Veils.
And the Purple Terran is
Curtain Time.
Together they are Valhurt. Alright, so here we go with one that's a little bit easier to defend. We still have a very wide ramp with the natural. And also, keep your eye on this jump spot for Reapers. Not only can they get up here into the main, there's also some sight blocking smoke there. So they can kind of rally up there too. Or get up to some other mischief. But yeah, War Bunnies, by all means, keep giving Matheson some good information to work off of. So this time, E.T. not going with early Zergman aggression. Him and Pebbles are pretty much side by side as far as their spawning pools and hatcheries go. Back home it is Hurt in Time, who is going for an early factory. Well, his teammate Veils going for another appearance. Overlord scouting about. And Veils momentarily taking advantage of the Zelnaga Watchtower, but then heading up to the other Zelnaga Watchtower. Why not? Oh well, we have a lot of Reapers coming from Veils, and I don't know, I know he doesn't always play team maps, but Veils has to be a little bit aware of this stealthy little jump spot. The Reapers can kind of hop in and out of quite a few places. You saw it could also go here, Or they can hit the front door. How many we got now? 4 Reapers. And his teammate Hurtin' Time providing a Hellion and a Marine. So we will see how well their opponents defend against this. There are just 4 Zerglings. You know, a couple Queens on that side. Yeah, here we go. Ooh. Excellent Reaper Micro. You saw how the wounded ones always got drawn to the back. Dropping some grenade. Oh, no, they didn't drop grenades. I was waiting for those Queens to bounce around a little. Now, Hurtin' Time coming in the front with the Hellions. Both of them once again taking advantage of some nice fast-moving units. E.T. Pone home, getting his Overlord speed. Pebble, meanwhile, only about halfway done with Zerglin speed. However, E.T. Pone home's got that. He is heading straight into his opponent's base. Walled in, however. And knows the Zerglings will not be back here to help the Queens. Queen's off the creep, so it's not going to be able to... Yeah, look at it. That's only so far can run. And there are those Zerglings, but... Yeah, look at this. Hellions being chased around. They fall back to Reapers. I think the story of this is, yeah, they both have a bunch of little units in front of their opponent's bases, but the team of Valherd has the units that are capable of doing a lot more damage. And in second-hand Lion doesn't really have a wall here. However, ooh, a lot of Zerglings. Oh yeah, they tied it up very well. Second-hand Lion managed to really control the second match. I won't give you too many details in case you want to watch it. And here we go. Zergling's chewing on the command center as it attempts to turn into an orbital. Reapers are heading back here. They'll be able to keep falling to high ground. Meanwhile, look at all these tanks. 4 of them able to defend the low ground from there. Granted, there is such a thing as friendly fire when it comes to those explosions. And here comes a poor Hellbat just walking along with his 2 legs all the way back home, forgetting that it's a transformer and that it can roll out. Alright, well, we're going Roach Attack on both the Zerg players. E.T. making sure that he has some evolution chambers down for upgrades. And both the Terrans have their naturals up and running now. Lair getting started on behalf of Pebble. Oh, that's a lot of Queens. I'm hoping to see quite the creep highway develop here. And I don't know. If Vales was here, I think I definitely want to ask him a bit about whether he knows about this very annoying jump spot. There's only so much time to learn about the team maps, and if you're on ladder, they've been rotated out anyway for some much older team maps. You want to call it new maps, really it's the new old map ladder. A lot of Zerglings taking the Zalnaga Watchtower. Vales knows that knowledge is power, so he does try to take the other one, but no luck. Oh, look at this. Hellions, Widow Mines, Marines, all moving, all on the move. Very low upgrade match after that initial Reaper Hellion push. Just speed upgrades on 2 of the players. Oh, look at the Zerglings were very much waiting. That's also an advantage to the Zalnaga Watchtower. Not to mention high ground. Alright, here we go. Pebble Zerglings in for another surround. They are really doing a lot of damage. However, Widow Mines, those can definitely take out a lot of Zerglings at once. Still, those Hellions are not going to fare as well against these roaches. Widow Mines just kind of crawling around, looking for somewhere they can land. Here's that creep highway I was talking about. This map, you can have that go all the way up to the Zalnaga Watchtowers or in between them. I think this is an excellent job maintaining them. It's very easy to end up grouping or F2ing the units away from that. And look at these siege tanks. Bless me. Alright. Got multiple medevacs filling up with Marines and mines. That's 4 of them going across. Too many buttons here.
Exhausted.
Wasn't quite sure that Overlord saw them. At the very least, I'm pretty sure that one of the Overlords will. E.T. Pone Home do an excellent job having some Overlords just spread throughout the map. And then you got that creep highway that also gives vision. Let's see how they both react to this. I don't see any troops heading this way. Marines being dropped, mines drilling down. Actually, none of the mines have drilled down yet. Alright, they are going to try to make the most of the high ground here. Very defensible position, making it difficult for second-hand Lion to get back to their own bases. However, they have a lot of damage here, and the medevacs are going to leave. Their afterburners are on cooldown, so... yeah, there we go. Now they kicked in. Oh, look at that, the servos. So Vikings, Hellions, and Thors can, change modes quicker once that completes. I think that's mostly going to come into play on behalf of the Hellions, and we also have Blue Flame coming up too. However, their opponents are mostly focused once again on the ranged Zerg units that served them so well in the previous one. And yeah, along with trade-in, one person can control their partner's units as long as they give them permission. You can usually tell that's the case if they're all just moving together perfectly. But yeah, I think Pebble is seeing about building up. However, Pebble, especially after that attack that landed right in his base, he is pretty far behind as far as supply goes. Only 29 drones on Pebble, so that's going to be where a lot of building up has to be done. None of the bases are saturated for him right now. Here we go. A lot of Zerg units getting ready to close in first round. The mines, Marines. Stems are down. Widow mines are drilling over. Decent hits, but the Zerg units are able to just retreat right back to creep. And unlike last time, the roaches that can burrow move do have burrow to begin with. So we're going to have to see if he takes advantage of that. Here comes the mech. Hellbats and Thors moving forward. I think the Hellbats, those are just going to go down. Not going to be able to do much good against the roaches, I'm afraid. Also, keep an eye how E.T. Pone Home still has that Zalnaga watchtower for that extra vision. And there you go, burrow roaches. However, where is the detection? I'm trying to figure out. I don't see a Raven. Is there a, oh well. I'll figure it out later. Here come the corrosive vials. Oh, unfortunately, hitting more of his own roaches than he does his opponent's infantry. And the lurker den almost complete for Pebble. Alright. This is a nice little thin spot, because as long as you're there, you have the high ground advantage. You can take advantage of better sight. So it's a good place to attack from, but boy, when the siege tanks are up there, even better. Here come the Vipers, though. They are going to be abducting and abducting. A couple of siege tanks go down pretty quickly. And the team of Valherd is going to have to figure out a good way to take this position. All this time, I don't know, Hurtin Time's unit's not really involved with this. I think they're trying to make sure that their location doesn't get flanked. Still, these guys together are very powerful. A lot of blinding clouds going down. Stem Marines moving forward. They're going to take the high ground, and they're going to be able to chase down quite a bit too, even on creep. That's just Hydralisks and Ravagers right now. And yes, teaming up as Zerg is very nice, because you both take advantage of creep rather than having it get in the way of your buildings. So yeah, those are bonuses that go for everyone, and they have done a great job together spreading that creep. But here we go, they are being driven further and further back. Pebble still pretty far behind the supply, and ET starting to drop himself. Lurkers are going to go down. Are we going to get a scan? Yep. I believe that was the answer to the riddle from before. They scanned the burrow broaches. Ooh. Thors are very tanky, but you don't want them isolated and taking a lot of focus damage. Liberator is working its way through those lurkers. The Terrans just have a very good composition to keep pushing their way forward. A lot of range and a lot of damage. Here we go. Oh, and that's one of the other problems. Whenever a siege tank fires, units by default, if they're not in hold position, they'll automatically come charging in. So you end up having to control them just to keep them. They're excellent biles, still going down. But look at tanks are just tanks and liberators. They've got a defense that goes into next week. Oh, and didn't even see this, but huge Marine Marauder drop here. And there is more and more damage being placed on second-hand line. The tanks leapfrogging forward every time they gain an inch. And we have the GG. The team of Valhurt takes it. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We have actually very competitive matches there. In the end, in Game 3, Valhurt just having the economy and the tech to stand tall. And I think it made a big difference that they were able to defend that base that was surrounded. That was a lot of investment, and in the end, they were able to just turn things around and just march forward to victory. Of course, Second-Hand Lion did draw blood. They did win one match, so Valhurt goes 2-1. Alright, so Friday. We got Friday the 13th with FSL again. The F may stand for Friday. I forget. It may stand for forget as well. However, in 2v2, we will have Lighthood and Horus against War Bunnies and Greenpire. Code S+, we will have Sir Maligant against KJ Freedom. In 2v2, basic 2v2, we will have ET Ponhome and Pebble again versus Grey and DLS Mazel. In code, is that code A or code B? Yeah, code B. We will have Nachos versus Chienpo. Nachos, by the way, is planning to go around in that game. And, oh man, who do we have here? We got Deepu versus Hyper Turtle. We'll see how I do there. I've very much been dividing my attention as far as what I do in StarCraft 2, but I've at least been laddering more. So wish me luck. Wish everyone luck, and by all means, please join us Friday, when we will be having a nice, long, and very competitive night of FSL.